Federal government debunks report on 40% peculiar allowance for workers. Makinde declares 2027 presidential bid on APM platform. Benue local government workers embark on 2-week strike over unpaid salaries, pension issues. On the foreign scene, U.S. citizen convicted of running secret Chinese police station in New York City. In business news, SEC warns Nigerians against fake investment platforms on social media. In entertainment news, Lagos to host Maiden Entertainment and Games Awards in September. In sports news, Rafael Nadal denies reports linking him to Real Madrid presidency bid. A very wonderful evening to you, and thank you for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. This is news across the world. I am Nedu Okorie. You can also listen to us via our website on www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on YouTube at Diamond FM Ilorin. We bring you details of the news after this break. Do stay with us.
We often think that mental health breakdowns sound like this.
I'm emotionally stressed. I'm emotionally downcast. I am so confused of all about life.
But in reality, they can sound like this. Don't make assumptions that people are okay just because they laugh and they smile. Everyone is going through something. Check on your friends and be kind to everyone else.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
And you're welcome back from that break. Now the news in detail. The federal government has debunked claims circulating on the media regarding the approval of a 40% peculiar allowance for federal civil servants. The Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, in a statement on Thursday by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Mrs. Eno Olotu, said no such pronouncement on a 40% peculiar allowance for civil servants emanated from the office. It further noted that the meeting convened by the head of the Civil Service of the Federation on Tuesday, 12th May 2026, was strictly an interventionist and conciliatory engagement aimed at facilitating dialogue between organized labor under its jurisdiction and the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission (NSIWC) in order to promote mutual understanding and avert any breakdown in labor relations within the Federal Civil Service. Meanwhile, Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde has formally declared his intention to contest the 2027 presidential election under the platform of the Allied People's Movement, APM. The governor disclosed this at a rally held at Makbo Hall in Ibadan, the state capital, on Thursday, amid a growing political realignment in the state following the factionalization of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, ahead of the 2027 general election. Recall that Makinde had earlier led the Taminu Turaki faction of the PDP in Oyo State to sign a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the APM as part of a strategic alliance for the upcoming elections. Under the agreement, candidates of the PDP faction loyal to him and contesting for governorship, Senate, House of Representatives and State House of Assembly seats are expected to run on the platform of the APM rather than the PDP in the 2027 elections. Former Minister of Transportation and former Governor of Rivers State, Right Honorable Chibike Rotimi Amechi, on Thursday officially submitted his presidential nomination form at the National Secretariat of the African Democratic Congress ADC in Abuja ahead of the 2027 presidential election. Submitting the form, Amechi stated that his mission is to restore dignity to Nigerians, make the country great and respected in the Committee of Nations, as well as bring unity, peace, prosperity and progress to the people. The development marks another major milestone in the growing democratic process within the ADC as leaders and aspirants from across the country continue to identify with the party's vision. Former Ondo State Governor Olusegun Mimiko has officially defected to the All Progressives Congress APC. Mimiko announced his defection on Thursday at the APC Secretariat in Ondo State, where he was formally received by the state chairman, Kolawole Babatunde, alongside party leaders and supporters. His defection comes after the earlier exit of many of his loyalists to the APC in 2025, a development widely seen as groundwork for his eventual alignment with the ruling party. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the permanent forfeiture of assets linked to former acting Accountant General of the Federation, Chukwunyere Nwabuoku, following his conviction for money laundering and abuse of office. Justice James Omotosho gave the order after ruling that the properties and funds were proceeds of unlawful activities. The assets forfeited to the federal government include shares valued at about 1.9 billion naira, cash assets worth over 288 million naira, and a 5-bedroom duplex located at number 20 City Gate Estate, Kukwaba, Abuja. The forfeiture followed an application filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) seeking the confiscation of the assets traced to the former AGF. Meanwhile, activities across the 23 local government councils in Benue State were paralyzed on Thursday as local government workers commenced a 2-week warning strike over unpaid salaries, unresolved pension remittances, and other welfare-related grievances. The strike action followed the expiration of a 14-day ultimatum and an additional 7-working-day reminder earlier issued by the Benue State chapter of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, NOLGE, to the administration of Governor Hyacinth Alia. In a strike notice dated May 13, 2026 and jointly signed by the union's state president, Joshua Ada Adiniyi, and state secretary, Comrade Asenashi Musa Yusuf, NOLGE accused the Benue state government of failing to address lingering welfare challenges confronting local government workers. And lastly, on the local scene, the Kwara State government and stakeholders in child welfare have called for stronger institutional support, digital innovation, and improved care systems for orphaned and vulnerable children across the state. The call was made on Thursday in Ilorin, the state capital, as operators of orphanages and homes gathered for the inauguration of the Kwara State chapter of the Association of Orphanages and Home Operators in Nigeria. Speaking at the program, the Kwara State Commissioner for Social Development, Miriam Nafatima, described the gathering as a major step towards strengthening child care systems for vulnerable children. The event, held alongside a 2-day training seminar on Children First software and advocacy for foster care, brought together government officials, child protection advocates, development partners, and operators of orphanages across the state. And that's the news on the local scene. The news across the world is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We're now going to break, and when we return, we bring you foreign, business, entertainment, and sports news. Do stay with us.
us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
And you're welcome back from the break. You're still listening to the news across the world, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. We now move on to the foreign scene. A U.S. citizen, Lu Jianwang, has been convicted of helping run what has been described as the first known secret police station in the U.S. on behalf of the Chinese government. According to a jury, the 64-year-old man opened and operated the station in Manhattan's Chinatown neighborhood in early 2022 for China's Ministry of Public Security, MPS. He was, however, found guilty on charges of acting as an illegal agent of the government of China in connection with the station and with obstruction of justice for destroying related evidence. Meanwhile, the conviction comes the same week a California mayor resigned after she was charged with acting as an illegal agent of China. Still on the foreign scene, Cuba's energy minister Vicente de la Olave has disclosed that the country has completely run out of diesel and fuel oil. In an interview with state-run media, de la Olave said Cuba's energy system was in critical state as a U.S.-led blockade of oil to the country's squeezed supply, even as scattered protests against power cuts broke out in the capital, Havana, on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the U.S. this week reiterated its offer of sending $100 million in aid to the country in exchange for meaningful reforms to Cuba's communist system. And that's it on the foreign scene. We now move on to our business news.
Diamond FM Business News.
And in business news this evening, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has warned Nigerians against investing in unregistered online investment schemes being promoted on social media platforms, cautioning that many of them operate like Ponzi schemes. In a public notice seen on the Commission's X handle on Thursday, the SEC said it had observed a growing trend of fraudulent investment promotions across digital platforms, including WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, and TikTok. According to the Commission, many of the schemes promise unrealistic or guaranteed returns to attract unsuspecting members of the public, as they are neither registered nor authorized to function within Nigeria's capital market. And that's it in business news. We now move on to entertainment news.
Diamond FM Entertainment News.
And in entertainment news, Lagos is set to host the maiden edition of the Lagos Entertainment Association Games and Awards, LIAGA, an annual event that blends sports, entertainment, and culture in September 2027. The ceremony, endorsed by the Lagos State Government through the Lagos State Sports Commission, LSSC, is designed as a platform that promotes friendship, wellness, unity, and collaboration within the entertainment industry through sports and recreational activities. Speaking about the initiative, LIAGA's lead convener, Muyiwa Oshinaike, said the event will feature both male and female competitions in sports such as football, basketball, athletics, table tennis, relay races, draughts, ayu olokmo, as well as dance and fitness challenges. And that's it in entertainment. We now move on to our sports stories.
Diamond FM Sports News.
In our sports news this evening, tennis legend Rafael Nadal has dismissed reports suggesting he could be a possible candidate for the Real Madrid presidency, clarifying that the speculation is untrue. Nadal disclosed this on social media, stating that he had earlier sought to end speculation after his name was associated with a possible candidacy linked to Enrique Riquelme. While acknowledging his good relationship with Riquelme, Nadal emphasized that he holds enormous respect for current Real Madrid president Florentino Perez and his work at the club. Still in sports news, Manchester United head coach Michael Carrick has been named on the shortlist for the Premier League's Manager of the Season award. The 44-year-old appears on the six-man list despite only having taken charge of 15 games in the Premier League this season. With 10 wins and 3 draws from those 15 games, Carrick comes second only to Pep Guardiola in Premier League points amassed since his appointment. Meanwhile, United are engaging in conversations with Carrick, who is on a contract until the end of the season, about continuing as head coach in 2026-2027 season. And that ends our sports news. And with that, we've come to the end of news across the world. But before we go, here is the recap of the major highlights. Federal government debunks report on 40% peculiar allowance for workers. Makinde declares 2027 presidential bid on APM platform. Benue local government workers embark on 2-week strike over unpaid salaries, pension issues. On the foreign scene, we told you that U.S. citizen convicted of running secret Chinese police station in New York City. In business, SEC warns Nigerians against fake investment schemes on social media. In entertainment news, Lagos to host Maiden Entertainment and Games Awards in September. And in sports news, we told you that Rafael Nadal denies reports linking him to Real Madrid's presidency bid. In our Today in History, did you know that on this day in 1984, Mark Zuckerberg, who co-founded the social media platform Facebook, was born in White Plains, New York? Now you know. And for news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM newsroom number on 0916 062 7526. On behalf of the production crew, I am Nedu Okorie. Thank you for listening to your Shining Supreme station, and do stand by for the news across the world in Yoruba. A wonderful evening to you. Hour after hour of quality programming all around the clock with us. Every second and minute counts when it comes to bringing you the best of programming on radio. Diamond 88.7 FM remains your best bet. Be it sport, talk radio, entertainment and music. One thing is certain, we've got you.
Scalarantus.